Hello and welcome to another screencast on our FB TraceManager product. FB TraceManager is a product which exposes the Firebird Trace and Services API in a very user-friendly way. In the latest version of FB TraceManager we have been adding a convenient way to identify if an executed statement had additional work to do in regard to garbage collection. So basically removing old record versions which aren't referenced and interested from other transactions anymore. This especially applies to cooperative garbage collection to be used in Firebird Super Classic and Firebird Classic architecture. Well, first of all, let's go into the FB TraceManager product. We connect to the targeting server here, and what we basically have to do is we have to create the register project. I have already done that, and the important thing is to get some garbage collection information is that you include the log statement finish parameter and the print perf print performance configuration parameter. Alright, let's start off a new trace session here now, and for instance if we connect to a database and I have prepared a table with a number of rows here. Okay, let's wait a few seconds. Alright, we see that we have around 750,000 rows in that table. The trace gives us some information here regarding what happened while executing that statement, and basically the most important thing here is the executing of that statement, which basically took a bit more than 5 seconds. I have Firebird configured in a way that it bypasses the operating system file system cache, so the database doesn't get cached in the file system cache. So if we rerun that statement here, it's quicker because there is still the Firebird page cache in place. If we re-execute this one here, and again we're gonna see pretty much the same execution time after the second execution, the third execution, and so on. So what we can try now is, let's see if we delete all rows from that table, basically clearing out the entire table. This will take a few seconds because it has to do some work. Alright, let's commit and go back here. We will see that the delete statement took around 25 seconds. So if we run another select count star operation here, we will see that we got pretty much the same execution time, namely 5 seconds here. If we rerun that again, we get the same here because the old records haven't been garbage collected yet, so it still has to read the old record versions, and we are pretty much in the same range regarding execution time for the select count star operation. So what we're gonna try now is that we disconnect here from the database and reconnect and issue that statement here again. We're already above 5 seconds. It even takes longer now, and it's continuing running. So the same statement on the same table with the same Firebird settings regarding the Firebird page cache and so on. What we see here now is that the execution time is around 20 seconds, so about a factor of 4. The statement was running slower by a factor of 4, and the reason for that is that cooperative garbage collection in Firebird Super Classic is hitting the statement here now, because the statement is also responsible in that garbage collection mode to remove old record version, which was possible now because no other active transactions was interested in that old record version. So that select constar not only counted the records in the table but also removed old record versions. And we have introduced a new column here, a new flag here, if a statement has also performed some sort of garbage collection operations. And we have also added 3 new columns here, which basically are dedicated to garbage collection, which comes directly from the Trace API. So for instance, if we're gonna have a look into few detailed statistics, that's pretty much what we're gonna parse out here. And we're gonna see that the table GC test, on that table, the statement also performed expunge operations. So if you see expunge or purge or backout, those 3 columns are indicators for garbage collection. So what you now also can do is, for instance, if you can filter out, so you can filter by has garbage collection, you're gonna see you get returned 1 statement here. And yeah, so whenever you see the same statement with the same execution plan, basically operating on the same table, and you wonder why one execution is much slower than another, garbage collection could be the reason for that. And by adding some new columns here and extending our parsing, we now exposed that information in a very user-friendly way. But not only in the trace data here, we also do that in the per database monitoring stuff, in the monitoring tables. So what we also see here is, if you refresh all and go into the record statistics tab here, you also get some sort of information here regarding that. So for instance, the transaction, so the statement here, select count star, with the statement ID 65, has been performing, so the statement category here also performed expunges and also has some garbage collection information available here. So that's a very useful feature new in FP TraceManager 3.0.2, and it helps you to identify one possible reason when one and the same statement with the same execution plan is running much slower than previous executions. So that's pretty much the screencast. We hope you liked it, and thanks for watching.